Yeah. That nigga be Kizzle, babe. Yeah. Hey. I'm shameless, so shameless. With my dogs on the block, it was dangerous. Take your girl out to eat and she's paying. I'm shameless, so shameless. I'ma go hit Tahoe up. Come bring the Tahoe truck, body bags on body bags. Come pick this garbage up. DJ mixing in the booth, he leave him traumatized up. I ain't got no time to waste. Let's get these commas up. I'm sitting in class, I can't even focus. Looking at teach, hoping that she don't notice. Titty sit right, got ass be poking. Sitting in the front, cause I gotta be the closest. I'm just waiting for the bell, let everybody leave. I passed with an A, but left her with a D. I'm shameless, so shameless.
The most accountable, unchangeable person I've ever met. Like, he's mad accountable. He's not gonna change the shit, though. He's like, yeah, no, I'm aware.
My therapist has acknowledged my change.
Did you tell your therapist you late every week?
So,
yes, I'm telling you, this is David. Bro.
And that's why I just said, like, I applied my therapy sessions to my relationship.
Oh, not to anything else?
Yeah.
Oh, so fuck us. We was here first. Well, he was here first.
Baby steps. Let me get there.
That's crazy.
So, no, it's a relationship therapist. So
this is a relationship.
Y'all go to couples therapy?
Yeah, couples therapy.
Oh, okay. You don't have an individual therapist.
Technically, the insurance only covers shit between me and my wife. So I can't, can't legally talk.
So you don't think that it spills over into other aspects of your life?
It does, but legally I can't do that.
He's body. I'm in his cemetery. The bodies that have collected in order to make him who he is for his wife, I'm in there. Like this, out the ground. My hands out the ground.
Yo, what is about to happen today?
Have we started recording?
I feel the energy.
Have we started recording?
What you don't like? I can feel it.
Dim it. Where is it too bright at?
I did not think about this outfit at all.
You can tell you ain't think.
And I threw the sneakers on to cover up the socks.
And you ain't realized that the socks was
and
like...
now the sneakers just throw it off even more.
This is the thing. You're a dresser?
I'm not a dresser, but I don't like to look wild either.
You don't look wild.
Dresser. What the fuck is a dresser?
Just doesn't. You don't look like you tried to plan an outfit. You look like you just got style.
I look like I just rolled over and grabbed what was there.
Is that what happened? Effectively.
So you actually picked those socks out?
I did.
Yeah, it's better with the socks. At least we all kind of
I'm not
in sync.
I'm telling you that I don't have that type of sock eyesight.
I just didn't think ahead that I was going to be wearing this hat and the socks and the hat.
So the socks and the hat are bugging.
Yeah. Either one by itself is fine, I think, in my opinion.
Yo, what's your problem?
No, I have no problem. I'm telling you that I realize that my style is very much b-boy or some shit. Like I'm white.
B-boy?
Like look, white socks. I would never have went and be like, yo, give me the martini glass socks. But they fly. I just don't have like that's something that I would. Kizzle, you good?
Nah, he's not good. Nobody in here is good. Nobody is good. What's your problem?
What? I got some socks with some reindeer on it and shit.
So Christmas socks.
They were gifts.
Probably for Christmas.
So you're a black and white sock kind of.
I'm very matchy, like red,
okay.
right? So
He's
when you
tube
have
sock
style,
kind of guy.
a what? Tube sock.
Tube sock.
That's what we doing. Tube sock. Tube sock.
You took that offensively?
Nothing wrong with tube
Because
socks.
first of all, my socks aren't tube socks. Tube socks are straight up and down. Mine have the foot design. Do you even know what a tube sock is?
I don't know what the foot design is.
It's when the sock is like angled, right?
Yeah, it's a foot.
I thought every sock was like that. No, I'm bugging. I don't know. I'm asking.
No, tube
He's
socks
talking
don't
about
have a foot.
ankle socks.
Tube socks don't have the actual ankle.
This thing, that thing. What?
I didn't.
You trying to examine my shit? You want to take them off? You good?
Yeah, I didn't
Please
know.
don't.
I didn't know. Yeah, please don't.
Did we start yet?
The jokes that my fly today. All I want to do, I'm telling y'all in advance. All I want to do today is laugh. Please don't ask me shit. I'm tired. You understand? He's not paying me any mind.
No, I'm not paying you. No.
I just want to laugh. Don't ask me nothing. I don't want to be in no clips this week. I've had enough.
You've had enough.
I've had enough.
You just went viral on.
I hate it here. I hate that for me.
Why?
I don't like it. I don't like attention.
What? Nah, that's cap. I'm sorry.
That's
She
crazy.
be lying for no reason.
That's a
then
lot of
explain
cap.
to you why she's not lying, but then do it again.
How you don't? Cause let me ask you logic on that. How you don't like attention? You doing a whole podcast.
When I started this podcast, it wasn't like this.
Don't do that. Don't go. Come on. It's been
When
a
I
long
started this
time.
podcast,
bro.
it wasn't like
So you
this.
didn't know the goal was to grow,
I didn't foresee
growth.
this type of growth. I just thought it was like some cool shit. I was shooting the shit with my friends, you know? And then it turned into this. So now we're here.
And you don't like it.
I'm rolling with the punches.
Rolling with the punches.
There's some people that are like that. They only see things. They like to say the bad side of things. They rarely say the good side of things.
I didn't even say any side of
then,
things.
Yeah, like, yo, nigga, you love it here.
I love
You
coming
love it
here.
but you
I
say,
love
you act
talking
as
to my
if it's
friends.
like, ugh.
I love talking to my friends. I love having conversations with y'all. I don't like anything that happens after I leave.
Do you like the good attention?
No, I don't like any of it. I just changed my whole fucking Instagram. Like, I'm done.
I thought you just added a second one. You switching it?
So, my original Instagram, which I've had for a decade almost, is now the Miss Daja Bell of So Shameless show.
Okay.
But I took all my personal content off of there.
Gotcha.
Like, it's not my personal page.
So why would you put it into the Discord? The new page.
I did not put it into the Discord.
Would you put it in?
Or chat?
I put it into the other Discord.
So that's where the disconnect is. Because I'm like, oh, you want the people from here to go to this page.
No, I put
So
it.
I put the shit on my Instagram.
No, I put it in the other one. You know the other
Yeah.
one. I put it in there because those are our niggas. I didn't put it in the main one.
I thought that's what I didn't realize.
Yeah, no.
So
put it
now
in.
I posted. She's like, well, why would you post this here? I'm like, I'm trying to help. I thought you was trying to redirect people over here
Right.
and not use the other one. Use the other one for your personal page.
Right.
No.
Miscommunication.
Yeah.
This is a thing,
It is a thing.
right?
It is.
Especially between men and women.
It is.
Miscommunication is really a thing.
It is.
It's not really a miscommunication. You really you made an assumption and you didn't read what I said.
What was it? What?
You made an assumption and you didn't read what I said.
I couldn't have read it wrong. That's actually an assumption. I couldn't have just read it wrong.
I doubt that.
Okay.
I think y'all saying the same thing, honestly.
No.
What did you say?
She's directing it towards me, and I'm redirecting it towards her. I'm like, yo, I
All right,
read
so
it
this
wrong.
is what happened. So this is the whole thing, right? So on Instagram, you know that you can add collaborators in clips.
Yeah.
Like, so from the show page, the conversation in our group chat was, when I am prevalent on a clip,
You gotta
should I be the collaborator
You should.
instead of Tahoe, even though Tahoe has the most followers? And he was like, it
Oh,
needs to be Dodge because I want to build her
Her
Instagram.
audience. Okay.
I said, I don't want to build my Instagram.
Why not,
Leave
though?
me alone. I say I don't like attention and people never believe me, but I'm very dead serious about it. I was like, I'm good where I'm at. Tahoe was like, he gave me pushback. I thought
I didn't
about
give
it.
any. I didn't say
No,
anything.
you gave a
Chelsea
little
did.
push. All right, so pushback was given. I thought about it, and I
Be
said,
clear.
you know
Ain't no
what?
setup for yourself.
I can get rid of this page. I will make myself a personal private page.
And you said that to us.
And then I said you can do it. So what I did was on my close friends in Twitter and on my close friends in Instagram, I put up a post and I said, this is my new personal page. This is the link. And then in a public forum, I was like, this is not my personal page anymore. This is the Miss Daja Bell page. If you know I don't fuck with you like that, don't even ask me for the new page. So that's what I put on all of my socials. 2 different messages that meant the same
And
thing.
there's no assumption there.
I don't know what the assumption was.
Is that I saw those or even
But
got
did
any
you
of
read
that
what they
because you
said?
said go ahead with this and then you redirected traffic to this new page.
I
so
redirected
there's no
close
way.
friends.
Wait,
in
can
my
I finish?
Twitter
Because you
circle.
do this often.
Okay.
And this is what happened when it's fucking clipped. I don't get a chance to finish what I'm saying.
Go ahead.
You come over it.
Go ahead.
And you start saying, well, this is what you're saying,
Go
and
ahead.
I disagree with it.
I'm done. All right, you got it.
This is what you're
He's
saying.
not letting you do it today.
and I
fine.
disagree with it.
Go ahead.
What I'm saying is when you said don't do it because of the traffic going to this page, then you make a new page. You never told me or us Like, you never said, this is what my design is. This is why I'm creating this page. This is what the design is. You're saying you posted across socials the thoughts that you were having and such and such. I never saw that.
It was on the So Shameless page as well.
I never, girl, 2 million people have been on me. I've literally not been paying attention to nothing. Right?
But I feel like I
you read the
comments?
comments?
I see it. No.
Okay.
It doesn't. Sometimes I do. Sometimes you have no choice, right? But do they affect you? Has it gotten to a point where they're like, it's like, it is what it is?
Yeah.
Especially because the reaction to me was appropriate.
Oh, you think it was appropriate?
To what the message was in the clip?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What was the message, though?
Well, you said that you don't like women, and then at the end, when she asked you, what do you like about women that doesn't pertain to sex, you had nothing to say. So that's what social media is, right? You're going for trigger points. That triggered people. I had to be like, all right, that's not how I felt.
Right.
She spoke over me when I was saying the things that I wanted to say. So those people never heard that. And then EA and them took out, if you listen, they took my mic out when she was speaking, so that you couldn't hear that I was saying, yes, we're sexually attracted to women, but we don't desire men in a way that is a relationship based. Like, I was trying to say that, but they took that mic down. So you only heard me saying, yes, we're attracted to women sexually. That's all you heard.
Yo,
I love that for us.
You know what's so funny? Earlier this week, I saw that clip like 2 times, and then some of my friends sent it in a group chat, and I was like, man, I gotta hit them back up. I want to get on the podcast and have a conversation about that. And then Chelsea hit me literally the day after. I was like, yo, this is literally divine timing, bro.
I love when the universe does that.
Yeah, absolutely, bro.
I love when the
like,
universe does that. Now, you weren't here
When
that conversation happened. And I feel like,
right, yeah.
I feel like I really hold you accountable for not being present. You don't just.
Well, what do you
go
think
off.
he would have done?
He wanted somebody to help him. They be trying to jump me, and
to help,
it's crazy.
to help with the conversation.
I would've helped.
So do you agree? So I guess I'm trying to understand what is y'all thought process, because I feel like a lot of people sent me that clip because they're like, well, you see, this is so I had
This is deep.
What happened?
Go ahead, keep going.
Are we recording right now?
Yeah.
We always record
I
everything.
didn't even know. Anyway, so I had I did a podcast episode with a sexologist, and she was telling me how like a lot of men really just love pussy and really don't love women, right? And I was like, I get it, I can understand. Then she sent me your clip, and I was like, fuck, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I was like, damn, we were just talking about it, right? So I wanted to have the conversation with y'all again for y'all to explain it. You get what I'm saying? So I could understand where it's coming from. Just for more context, because I literally went to the YouTube to get the full context, and I couldn't find it.
It still
So
wasn't.
you
It
know
still
what I'm
wasn't good. The argument that I presented that day, it was mixed up into several different
It was scattered.
arguments. Right.
Okay.
So you got to think about it. I'm talking about things from like the traditional "I hate my wife," right?
Okay.
Type of thing. Like,
Okay.
yes, you're annoying. Yes, you're this. She's talking about men that talk shit about women. Period. The way they dress, the way they act this way. And now I'm arguing both things. I'm like, well, yo, why can't they like what people do on social media? But I wasn't even talking about that. So I got caught up in some shit I wasn't even talking about. I'm talking about the fact that like the video, you seen the video I posted the other day.
Yes, Patrice O'Neal.
Let's-
oh my God, rest in peace, man. That man was so
this
funny.
This is what I meant. I wanted to do today. Let's.
Be alone, but we don't want to be by ourselves. We want you somewhere, like on the roof, anywhere, but just not in front of me. Trying to be my friend. What you doing? Watching baseball? Why you watching baseball by yourself? Move over. Move your leg off that ottoman. What you eating, a hamburger? You shouldn't be eating a hamburger at 11. Let me go make you a better sandwich, a turkey sandwich on 47-grain bread with no mayonnaise and bean sprouts. Tastes like rat turds and twigs. Ain't that better? Why is the TV so loud? Well, turn it down. Ain't that better? Can't hear the TV. Got a dry sandwich you don't want? Ain't that better? Why is the ceiling fan and the air conditioner? Turn it off. Ain't that better? Sweating, wrapped up into a hot vine. Can't hear the TV. Got a dry sandwich. Ain't that better? Why is it so dark in here? Let some
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Women are vibe killers. That's what I'm talking about. Men, we get around each other. When I'm saying hard, we're hard. Men we don't judge each other for certain shit. Nigga, come outside, shoot. Well, we'll fuck with you about your shoes, but we ain't like, you can't hang. You still gang. Right. Women judge niggas for everything. Like, yo, and y'all will kill us. Men's ego has been destroyed since 13 years old by some little girl. And then he's protecting himself forever with that shit.
Do you feel like, do you feel like that's the woman's problem?
No.
That the man has an ego that was...
No, when I said accountability, is that what you're talking about when I said why you don't have no...
No, I'm talking about you. So you just mentioned how, like, women will destroy a man's ego or, like, basically say stuff that makes a man feel some type of way. And you talked about ego at 13.
My thing is that I feel like men accept men no matter what.
Okay.
So I've been thinking about this in
not true,
well, as friends, we don't hold each other accountable for shit. We don't be like, oh, nigga, you don't take care of your kids. You can't be around me. Oh, nigga, you do this. You don't be around me. Oh, you too short. Oh, you fat. Oh, we don't. We like, oh, you gang? All right, you gang. Come on, nigga, come on. Oh, you don't take care of kids? Come on, nigga, let's go. Ain't that better? We don't care.
Yo, that is whatever. A fact, though. That is very true.
But women will hold you accountable for all types of shit. Your house ain't clean. You don't take care of your fucking kids. Hate
the fact that we care enough to want you to be your best self. We want you to be great. We want you to be healthy. We want you to have longevity. We want you to be educated. We want you to have money. All of the things that y'all say, like you say all the time, like women, y'all be put together and y'all do this, that. So if I love you, I want you to do the things that I'm going to force you to be your best self. And if you don't want to be your best self, then you and your raggedy ass friends, then y'all can go and hang out with each other and have fun, because that's where you would rather be.
That's not it. It's that you're forced the square through the hole. And
why
it's not,
do you have
it's
to
like
be a
that.
square?
Ain't that better?
Be
Take your
be
island.
Water. Why you can't be water?
See, I can't talk.
What I'm hearing right now, though.
Can't talk.
What I'm hearing right now, though, is like, and so I see this sometimes with relationships. You got a man and a woman that's in a relationship, and they want two different things from each other, and you're trying to like force something to happen that can't really happen, right? So it's like when you're in a relationship, you're never trying. At least in my opinion, you should never be trying to force the other person into anything, right? So when my girl comes to me with stuff, it's because she knows I'm gonna be open to it and I'm receptive to hear it. It doesn't mean I have to do it, right? And she's also not coming to me in a nagging way, right? Like, so for me personally, I don't relate to, oh, shorty coming in and she's annoying me. I got my feet up on the ottoman, because that's not how it is. You gotta be your own individual. And I think a lot of times in relationships, people don't know how to just let their partner rock, right? And like they try to force things to happen. It's like, bro, like if they don't want to do that, you either gotta leave. You either gotta leave or come to terms that this is who they are.
I think the most important thing about what you're saying is the nagging part, and that's what separates what you're saying and what Dodge is saying. It's one thing for a woman to try to make her man better, but the way you do it and the nagging, I think the Patrice O'Neal clip is about peace of mind. It's about niggas just want peace, and if the gang is hanging out, you got peace of mind. Ain't nobody gonna ruffle your feathers about shit that don't really matter in that moment.
I remember I didn't pay EA. I didn't pay him for like 3 weeks. Now, he knows I've been dealing with him for, years now, and we do other business together, right? He really he needed his money. So he winds up calling me. And he's like, yo, don't mean to, like, be on some shit with you, but need that check. I don't want to have to show up on don't make me use the Batman voice, like, yo, give me my money. Right?
I love you.
He joked. Yeah. And then we spoke about other things for the next half an hour. If I have that issue with my girl,
I was gonna say.
Wait, hold on, Melly.
Can I finish,
I'm here for
Melly?
us.
So what? Why? Don't do that.
I didn't do.
Don't become ops in the middle. I'm trying to explain something.
Go
y'all don't have to like be like, ooh, I'm gonna get him. I'm just saying, a lot of times when there's something, it becomes a real source of contention until it's done.
That's not true.
I said a lot of times. That means I'm not trying. You can't tell me what's not true when I say a lot of times, because that means sometimes it's not true.
Can I?
But a lot of times it can be.
Let me say
that
something.
there's a source of contention, silent treatment, attitude. Why didn't you? I took the damn wall down yesterday in the kitchen.
Not smart.
Not smart to you because you don't know what my plan is. Guess what?
I
My girl
watched
called
it.
me and she said, well, why didn't you just get a smaller microwave?
I said the
You
same
could have
thing.
done this. You could have done that. Y'all don't know what my plan is. Why don't you ask me what my plan is and then say, yeah, well, you could have done this, but maybe this, that, and the other. It's about the way you communicate. And my friends here, my Toro was here. He knew what the plan is. You ain't see him like, yo, don't do it that way, because we know what the plan is.
Did you
But
communicate the plan to them?
to
Or you
no
didn't
to them?
No, to your shorty.
No,
No?
after the fact.
Oh,
After
okay.
she called me like, well, why didn't you do this? Because she knew what the plan was initially, as far as putting everything in and where I'm going with it.
Without knowing the plan, I came in and automatically gave you the benefit of the doubt. Like, okay, I'm sure he got this figured out. That's my first thought.
I have
That's
so
what
many things
guys
to say.
do.
First of all, Melly, go ahead. Ask him the question.
Do you have a mic?
I don't.
So why would you be whispering?
Stop fucking with Melly, yo.
You want to sit here?
Go ahead, Mel's.
So when you was talking to EA and he came with you with that, what was your response? How did you respond to him?
I don't know. Jokingly. But
Okay, so now usually sometimes when okay, I'll give an example for me. If I come to you about something, I say something to you, like why? Like you will, like your response is different.
I was about to go there, Melly. This is why cancers, we understand each other. This is my
See
thing.
what I'm saying?
Oh, no.
This
See what
is
I'm
my
saying?
thing.
You're
Wait.
gonna
I don't like-
create
Uh-oh.
this. You're gonna
Uh-oh.
create this.
No, you're not.
No, Toro, you're here often. Is it always the way she's saying? Say it out loud, nigga.
Why are you talking to Toro like that?
Because there needs to be another view of things. It can be the way you perceive information as well. It may be the way. It's always messenger first and then message with some people.
Thought you said you
Well,
wanted
go
to
ahead.
laugh today.
Nah, because he be pissing me off. This is how it happens. You see, I say I want to laugh and he says this shit. I have a question for the men in the room. Has there ever been a time that your boy said something to you and you took it one way and your girl said the exact same thing and you took it a completely different way?
shit.
Yes or no? I don't need a long.
Give me an
yes
example.
Or no?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Thank you.
Like what?
Just
Sure.
keep it as that.
Like what?
Yes.
What's an example?
Yeah, you
I'm
don't
not
need an
even
example
gonna-
because you know.
I don't know.
I'm gonna
This
give
is my
you
thing.
an example.
This is I'm gonna give you an example after I make this point because it's like literally killing me on the inside. I feel like with men sometimes when women speak, you automatically equate that to nagging. If I ask you a question, if I question anything that you say, if I question anything that you do, and your head is like, oh, here she go nagging again, nigga, I just asked you a question. But if your man's asks you the same exact question, you're gonna respond to them completely differently, and that's where the problem lies.
reply to
It
that?
doesn't lie in the fact that your woman comes at you a certain type of way. It's
got a
because your
response.
woman spoke
I'ma
to
need
you.
you to show up.
Period.
I got you. I
Wait,
got a
hold on.
response. I got a response.
And wait, hold on. And about this situation with this wall, the only reason why I said I don't understand why you didn't just get a smaller microwave, because we just spoke here a couple of weeks ago about your wine cooler thing that you want, your wine cellar thing that you want for Christmas, and I said to you, well, why don't you just knock down that wall and then you can place it in there? You said, no, I'm not knocking down the wall. Therefore, now 2 weeks later, you're gonna knock it down for a microwave, but you wouldn't knock it down for the thing that you said that you wanted so bad. So again, yes, I did say to you, why didn't you just get a smaller microwave, since you said that you were not into knocking down the wall?
Okay, that makes sense. Everything she said makes sense. You should be a little bit more impartial. You represent the So Shameless page. Don't get the homie court. No, you're back
Melly, I
there
told
clapping.
you I got you.
She's back
I
there
got
like,
you
yo.
forever. I told you we're here.
No, everything you're saying makes sense.
too.
Everything you're saying makes sense. Everybody calm down. I'm not going to knock it down for a wine cooler that I can move around. I can't move a kitchen around. It's different, and it's the way that I think is a contract. It's the way that I think when I'm building some shit. You may not
Respectfully.
understand that, and I get that, but the points still need to be made. I want Kizzle to get to it.
Mm-hmm.
You're right in some things, but I think you're the way you view it is through your perspective. You don't know mine. You haven't even asked. You haven't even asked what the plan is. Go ahead.
I don't give a fuck about that microwave.
Exactly, but you're going to tell me I'm wrong.
I didn't tell you were wrong. I gave you a suggestion, but me even opening my mouth as your female friend is like, but you didn't even ask. Nigga, all I said was, why didn't you just get a smaller microwave? You could have said, because that does not fit the plan that I have, because I'm planning to do X, Y, and Z.
Did you
we
ask me
never
that?
had that. Why the fuck?
Did she ask me that? I don't remember her asking me that.
Like,
I don't remember asking me anything. She told me it was wrong and all this stuff. Shit. You never asked me. Go ahead, Kizzle.
So this is what I want to add.
Sick.
So you said a lot of times we perceive women as nagging, and I wanted to add some context to that because I was just having a conversation with a therapist about that, and I think a lot of that goes back to black boys as children growing up. Who's the person that's normally like on top of them? You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And a lot of
y'all
times,
mommy issues be coming through, exuding through your pores every day, and somehow we have to deal with it.
Absolutely. No, y'all shouldn't have to deal with that.
I don't deal with shit.
Y'all shouldn't have to deal with that, but I'm just trying to add a little context as to why that may be the case, right? Because you grow up as a boy, every time your room ain't clean or something's happening, you have your mom down your throat. You know what I'm saying? Down your back, whatever the case may be. She's yelling, nagging. Some parents don't know how to control their temper. So as you grow and get older, especially if that was your first relationship with a woman, you would just start to assume that's how all women are. And then when you get into another relationship and you see that this is how shorty's acting, it's like, oh, shit. Every time I talk to a woman about something, she going to be down my back about it. Like, nah, I'm going to just talk to the guys. So my solution to that is to find a woman that I can have a conversation with that doesn't make me feel like she's going to nag me about certain things. And they do exist. So I think the problem is also a lot of times what ends up happening is we make these generalizations. We assume that all women are like this or all men are like that, and that's not the case. I've had men that nag me. I've had women that nag me. What I've learned to realize is that human beings have flaws, and it's just like, yo, bro, you just got to find a person that you can communicate with, and I found that in my shorty. So personally, everybody just got to find that one person because they exist, but it's just you're not going to find them if you just assume, you know what I'm saying, that they don't based off of your trauma that you've had growing up. So that's all I wanted to add.
Good points. I'm not going to directly respond to that because I still want to respond to the nagging thing, right? Because to answer your question, Dodge, the difference between when the man said it and when the lady said it is often tone. If you say something with a nagging tone, it's going to be perceived as nagging. It could be the same exact statement. It could be the same sentence. It's your tone. So that's the big difference. If it was just us guys in here, that conversation with the microwave would have been totally different. It might have been jokes. We might have said something about it, but it wouldn't have come across in the same tone that you and Melly would have had with Tahoe. That's just the difference.
My tone is not that of a man. If you want my tone to be that of a man,
I'm not complaining about your tone. I'm just pointing out the difference. You asked what the difference is.
Your response.
Right.
Look at the way you respond. Like, he's not attacking you.
I don't feel attacked by any of y'all.
But
oh no, let me be very clear.
I
don't feel
and this is where your wall goes up when you're trying to communicate, right? And you feel like, all right, where is this? Why are we here? I don't know.
No, I don't
feel
feel
happens
personally
often
attacked.
between men and women. It does happen often. It doesn't mean we don't like y'all. It can say, yo, you know what? I hate when shit like this happens. Still love her. I hate when shit like this happens. And this I wanted to speak about homosocialism.
You learned that word when? What word? Say it again.
Homosocialism.
Oh, come
You're
on.
going to have to define that for me.
I'm
going to be honest.
Let me find the...
That's a new word. I haven't heard that one.
Yeah, I know what that
I was just going to roll with the combo and figure
Oh,
it out. as we go along.
I'm going to ask straight out, like, yo, what that mean, bro? Like, for real.
Relating the concept of homosociality describes and defines social bonds between persons of the same sex.
Okay.
It is, for example, frequently used in studies on men and masculinities. They define as a mechanism of social dynamic that explains the maintenance of hegemonic masculinity, meaning basically we are romantically attracted to men, but sexually attracted to women.
Yes.
That in itself, this face that you're giving, is what spawned this conversation.
Yes.
That
We're
that in
romantically
itself-
attracted to men?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't see why that word romantically had to fit into that
You know what I'm
definition.
saying? I don't know about
definition was clear
romantically.
without
We love men. We only love women, and as far as what comes, we love our relationship with men, but we only love women in relation to sex.
I disagree.
Okay.
But that was the root of the
That's
conversation.
the root of this conversation.
Of the original conversation. That's where it started. It started
That's
from
where it
that
started.
thought process. And that's why I was saying in the clip.
So now you
that,
see my angst. I was
Yeah.
like, what?
Yeah, because the conversation as we saw as it played out, because that was towards the tail end of the conversation, because it was a 30-minute conversation.
Right.
But towards the tail end, I'm just like, I feel like y'all don't like us. So, and it goes back to what Traum just said about the tone. My tone is my tone, right? And I'm often have always been a person that has been misunderstood for my intent because of the way that I speak, my passion, my tone, my cadence, whatever the case may be. And people very frequently think that I care more about shit that I really don't care about. Okay. But I just articulate myself in a certain type of way. I am very creative. I'm very colorful when I speak. I speak with my hands. I have different cadences in my voice when I'm trying to make a point. That doesn't mean that I'm mad. That doesn't mean that I'm upset. I'm not angry, because when I'm angry, you know I'm angry. And none of this comes off when I'm angry.
That this isn't about you. This is literally about, for me, and I believe what Traum is saying, it goes back to the conversation that you brought up about when men speak to men and the tone, and then what they get when their woman especially speak to them. It's like, yo, hold on.
But I think that goes back to the difference between men and women.
So can I add real quick? Because I feel like that's something that I've learned with social media. When I first got on social media and I was making YouTube videos, I'd be very passionate. And you're talking to a bunch of men that have mental health issues. You gotta
learn how to get to them, right?
You know what I'm saying? So I would be yelling, but that's because I actually care. And they're like, yo, bro, why you yelling at us? I'm like,
I think he is.
You know what I'm saying? Basically, right?
And now you come from a place of understanding.
Exactly.
And they're more welcome.
Yeah. So I had to basically flip it around, kind of. And I'm not saying this is what you have to do. I'm just saying when you said that, it basically brought me back to that. I had to get to a point where I was like, you know what? I understand what I'm saying is right. But at the same time, if I want to deliver this message to the audience that I have to switch up my tone and my delivery. It doesn't mean that I don't get to use the passionate tone, but I just have to be strategic about when and how I use it and what topics. Because a lot of times when you're talking to men, especially when you're talking to men about women and about finances and all these different things that we hold near and dear to our heart and our ego, if you come off with a tone that sounds like you're demeaning them, which is normally just even a little bit of a raise in a voice, they're already shut down.
I believe that all of us are like that. Very quickly, hold on. I just want to get this thought out because I'm 70 years old. I'll be forgetting. I believe a lot of things that happen between the disconnect between men and women is also that. Knowing how to, as a man, say something to a woman that doesn't come across misogynistic, doesn't come across as patriarchy or whatever. Because if Dodge says it to them, if I say, yo, women are this, that, and the other, they like, shh. But if Dodge says it, they like, you know what, girl? You right. It's also, like I said, messenger versus message. What were you going to say, brother?
I was going to say, you know, a lot of the times, like, I feel like men don't really want to talk or, like, share certain things, like, based on, like, body language. Because, like, I noticed, like, you talking, it's like, you make a face or, like how you come off sometimes. Sometimes, like, men will probably shut down rather than, like, speak. It's like a constant state of, like, self-defense.
Who, me?
Just like you know, certain behaviors like that.
I don't care. I'm not fucking none of y'all. I don't care about none of it.
That's not the point. But
Like,
he's
I really
saying
don't.
that you read shit like that as a defenseman. You got to remember, we are. I wouldn't say warriors. You mean like y'all niggas don't fight nothing, beat
Y'all
nothing
niggas
but your
don't fight
dick.
nothing. Y'all niggas barely
She'll say
fight
some shit
spiders
like
and
that.
bees.
Look, see, but look at this.
Y'all don't like.
At the end of the day, is I like that you're giving that, right? Because I feel when it comes to homosocialism, you go where you are loved. You go where you feel safe. Yeah. You hang out where you feel safe. You hang out where you don't feel like you have to deal with that. You niggas this or you niggas that. Hence, yo, we around our friends. We could say the same shit, but you don't feel under attack. So like you said, we are more welcoming to that energy. But to flip it around, I also believe the same thing about women. Women like being around other men because you can dress the way you want. You can do lingerie parties. You can say what you want about fucking. You can say what you want about life and not feel like men are trying to sexualize you, trying to come at you, demean you, talk to you like you got to be a certain way. Y'all like being around y'all. At the end of the day, though, y'all could be out till 4 a.m. Y'all gonna go to y'all dick. So all of us are homosocialites if that's the case. I believe I would say that to the same thing because I think when y'all use the word homo, it does trigger because men have been raised in a hetero society, big hetero. When you say homo to them, we're like, wait, what's going on? Even with me, that is thinks I'm so much of an ally, it can trigger, so like, what are we saying?
Yeah, bro.
Right? What are we saying?
Yep.
But even if you go to the gay community, the LGBT community across the board, the lesbians hang with the lesbians. The trans hang with the trans. The gays hang with the gays. You find yourself feeling more comfortable and relating more. And when it comes to homosocialism, they're talking about adoration, revering, trying to be like these other people. These are the people you love, right? We all do that across gender and across sex. Why is it they're using that with straight men so much? Like, oh, y'all love y'all niggas. We all love our people.
Right.
Women sleep in the bed together. Men don't do shit like that. We all love our people who represent us. That's the reason why inclusion is important in art forms and business all across society. That's the reason why inclusion is important, so that you see people like you. I don't prop up Beyonce more than I prop up Hove. I love Beyonce. Y'all prop up Beyonce. Y'all talk shit about Hove. Imagine I was talking shit about Beyonce.
Now, I just have to add, Hove has done a lot of shit where it's like, bro, they have a lot. What are we going to say about Beyonce, bro?
Yeah, you're right. That was just the last point, and I don't even want to bring B into it. Just cut off the last part. But EA, don't you fucking dare.
I got the
clip
point.
that.
I get it. I get the point.
Go ahead.
Dodge.
All right. I think we've spoken about this goddamn enough. It was a long week for me.
You said a
2
lot of
million
bullshit.
views.
Well,
I've gotten
on
calls
TikTok?
from shows on Twitter. Let alone
Twitter
the people doing all this other stuff and whatever.
I don't even get on
But like
Twitter.
I said,
You know
I
what?
think
I
that
lied. I have something to say.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
I would also like to say thank you.
Say thank you after I finish talking.
No, I'm
I
gonna say
wanna
thank you
receive it.
before you have what you say.
Right.
Damn it! Come on, you about to say something? Go ahead. What?
All right, say what you gotta say.
Thank you. I feel like a lot of what you're saying puts women in a position that we have to coddle the male ego, and I don't like that. Mm-hmm. I also feel like a lot of what you're saying, I feel like with our dynamic, especially on this show, I don't think that that's what necessarily resonates in a real relationship. Because when we sit on the show, we laugh, we joke, we argue, we shoot the shit. But the things that I say to you, and the tone that I say it to y'all know damn well I don't talk to Drew like that. So it does not resonate in a relationship. The problem is, as I stated, I'm not talking about you, and I'm not talking about you, and I'm not talking about you. I said there are men in this world that do not understand what you just said. There are men in this world that dead ass do not like women.
That's a fact.
They don't. Period. So we can't use all of these other little things. We can't say all these like, oh, it's your tone, and oh, it's the way that you communicate with your man, and da-da-da-da-da. No.
Okay. Kizzle.
Because some of these niggas, it doesn't matter how you communicate with them. They're going to find a problem with it. And on the flip side, you said something else that kind of just tick, tick, ticked at my brain. Women don't nag until we have to say the same thing multiple times. That's where you get the nagging from. Because when you're dealing with a woman... That's
a very generalized statement, but go ahead.
I'm going to tell you, because I feel like if my
because
nigga asks me to
men.
do something...
You say some men are like this.
I
there
don't
are
believe,
some women
I
that
don't
talk a
believe
certain
that
way to
women
their men.
I'll give you that.
It's a very,
Fine.
it's your fault kind of statement.
No, I'm not saying it's your fault.
I turn a kind of statement.
No. I'm not making this your fault. No, that's not what I'm trying to do. That's not my intent.
Beat you.
But
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's always this nigga Traum, son. Like, God damn. God. I just can't fucking deal, yo. Anyway, I feel like if my boyfriend was to ask me to do something, I'll try to complete it with a sense of urgency. For a lot of reasons. One of my main reasons is I don't like motherfuckers asking me to do things more than once. That's at work. That's in friendships. That's in relationship. That goes across the board. Like, because then I get annoyed. Like, yo, I heard you the first time. So I just like to get shit done. I feel like sometimes when women speak to men, like, it's like what they said or what they required or what they asked is optional and can be done. It gives TBD. So then when I got to ask you again, and then I ask you again, it's like, yo, why you keep asking me the same thing? Nigga, because when I asked you the first time, why you ain't just get it done the first time? Why did it have to be a second and third and fourth? Now we in a situation. Now we arguing. Now I'm nagging. You understand what I'm saying? So it's not necessarily, it's not always the way that y'all make it seem.
This conversation, we about to do 2 hours just on this.
Can I just add this real quick?
Go ahead.
So when you first started talking, I don't know if you noticed it, but I noticed it. Your tone was a lot different from when they initially had said the thing about tone. Did you notice that?
I change my tone a lot when I get aggravated because now I'm annoyed.
But it wasn't a nagging or like an insulting or demeaning tone. It was like a very like calm.
Yeah, because sometimes when you talk to men, you have to put on the other voice. And it's very annoying.
It is.
I'm highly annoyed.
It is. It's very condescending. Actually.
Yeah, it's kind of, and then when you put on that voice, it's like, oh, it's condescending, or you're trying to talk down.
I ain't gonna lie, I enjoyed it.
This one you just use is condescending. Yes, I use this voice because when you talk to men, you have to. No, don't do that. Don't
but
come
it's
to me
the
like
truth.
That. Don't ask me nothing on that voice because that is obviously you're trying to do something. Are you done?
No, I'm done. That's all I wanted to point out.
The problem, I think that two things can be true.
Oh, yep. Both.
I think that several things can be true. The problem is when you ask men what they like about women, I think that you think on the other side of that it can be replaced by what they like about men. Yes. Some men don't like a lot of things that women do. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I agree. Mm-hmm. Some men will always come down on women for whatever. Yes, I agree. But it does not mean in that same sentence, it's because he is in love with his friend. Because them niggas come to the corner and they don't feel no love from us neither. They just here because they always been here. They part of the gang. Like I said, we don't hold people accountable. If it was times where we was 25 of us on the corner, 5 of them niggas just didn't fit in the friend group. But they was still gang because they always been here. That doesn't mean that just because they don't get along with y'all or they got something to say with y'all that they automatically get along with us or would rather, if pussy wasn't involved, just be laid up with us. Some people is just fucked up. And that's people, men and women. And when we speak about this, we speak about this a lot of time. There's a lot of women. It's the problem that I have with this is the amount of women that come down on men daily, especially in this social media era, is crazy.
It's disgusting.
And
but
so
I say that all the time.
We don't say, oh, go be with a woman. Oh, you only want men for penis.
Maybe y'all should.
Some people is just fucked up. And so using homosocialism as an excuse for the relationship between men and women and the lack of compassion or understanding or whatever it is, I think that's a bad play.
But I also feel like, and I have stamped and said multiple times that Black women, because I can't speak for other women, are the most homophobic women in the world, and I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, but
that's why that's why they use these terms and they push out these narratives of like, oh, because you just love your niggas. Like, I get you know me. Like, I get it. Fuck that.
Yeah, a bunch of fuck that.
It's always a bunch of fuck that, and that's what everybody knows.
Can we write that down? Bunch of fuck that.
It's literally a bunch of fuck that.
One thing that did happen positively is that show called me to speak about this, right? Mm-hmm. And they asked me a question that I didn't know how to answer.
Oh, what was the question?
And I wish that I could ask it in a way where you guys didn't hear her answer, because I'd like to know what our answer is.
So y'all answer first, and then I won't answer.
So whisper it. Text it.
No, because you got to answer.
Yeah, so ask the question, let them answer first.
Us, and then we answer it, and then...
No, fuck that.
Ask the question, and I'll answer last.
No, yeah, it's gay. No, I'm just playing.
See?
I'm joking.
See?
I'm joking.
This nigga's wow.
God.
I love it here.
I want to know what each of us think All right,
You
you
about
step
to
out
ask
the
the
room.
question?
Go to the bathroom.
I don't have to pee. Don't send me away like a fucking child,
This isn't
Mr.
inclusive.
Let Go. Just ask the question.
Whisper it, bro.
What is fuck it. It is what it is. Because we all have to answer it differently, and I'd like to see what people think.
Okay.
What is a man? What is a man?
I can't answer. Like, I get this question a lot.
You should be last.
Okay, I'll be last.
You're a professional. Let's hear Dodge's answer first.
Why you have to? I don't even have an answer.
Yeah, I'm not ready yet.
I don't know what y'all niggas are.
Thinking a little more specific with what is a man?
No, it has to be that.
Because when you say what is a man, it
That's the
could be
question I was asked.
Yeah.
And so
No,
that,
like,
it
you
means
just
to
gotta-
how you receive that question,
Yeah.
and you have to give your answer
Yeah.
based on how you receive that
Go
question.
ahead, answer it, man.
I have an answer.
I got last.
I have
Go
an
ahead,
answer.
Kizzle.
Yeah, don't.
Or Traum, what you got?
I mean, I don't have the best answer ready. I could go off the top, but I'd rather a more articulate answer
Go
from
ahead.
my brother over here.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, I want her first. Because this goes to the disconnect, I believe. But it's also, there's another something that comes after this. But I'd like to hear from a woman, what do y'all think men are? What's a man as it relates to you?
What is a man as it relates to me? A man as it relates to me is the perfect piece to the puzzle. A man as it relates to me is the yin to the yang of the feminine energy. A man as it relates to me is an example of strength, valor, creativity, hard work, a completely different thought process, shelter, love, care, stability.
Okay. I think that's good.
These are the things that are just flying off the top of my
Kizzle,
head.
what do you got?
So, when I get this question, I always think about Jason Wilson. Do y'all know him?
Nah, but
Probably
I'm
do.
Googling.
Jason Wilson. He has a good book called Cry Like a Man. He has another
Yes.
book
Oh,
called
yes.
Battle Cry. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I know
The guy that
titles,
does
not authors. That's
karate
sad.
and a bunch of other stuff, right? His answer is a man is anything and everything that he needs to be whenever he needs to be it. And so what he basically means is that a lot of times when we get these questions like, what is a man? What does it mean to be masculine? All these different kind of things, right? We start trying to list off like attributes and things, but there's never going to be a long enough list for all the things that men have to do, right? And I think we put ourselves in a box based off of what we think our definition of manhood is, and then that stops us from actually being a comprehensive man like he says it, right? So we have to be able to dive into both the masculine and the feminine, right? But a lot of times we think being a man is only masculine, so you can only do these things, and if I do anything outside of that, then I'm gay, or I'm not being
Or
a man.
not man enough.
Yeah, I'm not man enough, right? And so for me, I always take that answer with me. Is I'm anything and everything that I need to be whenever I need to be it. Right now, I'm articulate because I need to be articulate. When I'm with my girl, I'm chilling and I'm in my feminine energy when I need to be that, because sometimes when I'm talking to my girl, I just need to listen instead of being solution based, right? Because a lot of times, again, as men too, we think that everything needs a solution right then and there. Sometimes you get into problems in relationships when you do that as well. So for me, it's like understanding when I need to dive into certain attributes of myself, and that is what helps me to identify what I need to be in that moment.
I think that you had I think that's a great answer. And I think that my perspective of what Dodge said aligns with what Kizzle said. And I don't think that Dodge is wrong. I think that that's how men think, or that's how people think. But I might not be strong. I might not be creative. I might be very logical. Everything on that can change.
Yeah.
And the thing is, when you don't like women, right? You're viewing them as a monolith, because everybody's different.
I was gonna tell you that too. Yeah.
And as a man, you're different, but we don't get that because we're in this box. We gotta be this way, or women won't see us as a man. Your friends won't see you as a man. Right. The world will walk over you. I'm not saying that's exactly how it is, Dodge. Be careful. Be clear that I'm saying that's how we view ourselves.
I agree.
And it's a very weak position to be in.
Yes, it is.
It's almost having to teeter on a toothpick. You can't move or you're gonna fall off. You have to stay right here. You know what I'm saying? And to me,
agree.
it's a very weak position as men. When we look at masculinity in itself, there's nowhere to go. The minute you go anywhere, you're gay. You see how many people said all that shit to me online? It was gay. Second comment, gay. Third comment, he just came out the closet, y'all. We good. Finally, we got one that came out.
Yeah.
That's literally what men do all the time. We are literally, a lot of the times, we're looking for anything that's outside of what we define as manhood. And as soon as you hit anything that's outside of that, oh, he gay. He out the closet.
It was the women that saying he was gay.
It was the women.
But
women were saying that?
Yes,
Yeah.
because they are the most homophobic, and that was the proof of my statement within that. And
also
this
a
is
good
what I
deflection.
say. Huh?
It's also a good deflection.
Yeah, and it's bullshit. It's literally, utterly bullshit. My problem is, I feel you, and you're right, but I don't feel like men do the emotional work that none of that shit should even matter.
Ooh, you get
And
into some
that's
good
where
points.
my problem comes in.
You get into some good
It's
points.
like y'all are so afraid to grow. You're so afraid to evolve beyond. When I listed the things that I listed, it's not that one is more important than the other. It kind of more aligns to what Kizzy was saying, because my man can be anything, any of the things that I named at any given time when it's necessary for him to be that. So I got to give you a long list, because one day he could be this, one day he could be that, one day he can be more than one thing. One day he could be all of the list encompassed in one being. Some days maybe not, and that's fine. When you're mature enough to understand that, you're not going to just out call somebody gay because they said something that you didn't agree with, right? And as men, when you're mature enough to understand that you can tap into your feminine energy, that your feminine energy is more important sometimes than your male energy, especially when you're in a relationship, that's when we're going to get the growth. I don't give a fuck what nobody else got to say.
The thing is, yes, you can.
Go ahead,
But
go ahead.
I believe that she responded to what I'm saying. So
Yeah,
let's
yeah,
want to
go
get
ahead,
off,
yeah.
right? Again, you're correct. The problem is, for me, with what you said, is we're not doing the emotional work.
You're not.
But say me, right? The gay comments ain't bother me.
I know it did.
Most of that shit ain't bother me. That's because I have been. But
Yeah.
there are times when I am bothered. And there are times when I still don't feel like enough as a man. There are several times. Melly can tell you several times when she sees me at my lowest moments for whatever reason. And in those, I still feel like a failure. Doing work is like, as a man, you have to shatter everything that society has taught you, everything that even the things that you love about yourself. Music, your character, everything. Because like, say, masculinity. Like, do I have to act this way? Am I doing this because I'm misogynist, or like, or, you know, even paying a bill? Remember I was telling you the other day, like, I paid a bill because of this. And if you think about it, that might be just me trying to fit.
And you're right. And I feel like that's why black men and black women uniquely should be more bonded, because we are some of the
We're at
only
war,
women
though.
in the world that really understand that.
We're at war, though.
We are at war,
I
and
hate-
where we shouldn't be, where we should be bonded on that understanding and on that level.
Social media
Because
has
to be a
created that.
black
Yeah,
woman
I was gonna say
walking in this world, it is very difficult to even exist. Just like it probably is for men in their masculine, it's very difficult to exist. Because when it comes to black women, especially when you're talking about what is being projected and perceived in the world, the goalpost is constantly moved for us. It's never aligned. So I was having a conversation with Loon, and I was telling him, and this is something that was been kind of heavy on my spirit for the last 2 weeks. I was like, I said, I feel like I'm in a unique position where, as a woman of 33, every decade something else disqualifies me from having a voice for anything that I have to say.
Explain.
Every decade. So I remember growing up, it was like, you can't say that because you dark skinned. You can't say that because you're too skinny. You don't have boobs. You don't have butt. You don't have hips. You can't say that. You can't have that opinion. You can't have that opinion because you're single. Now you can't have that opinion because you're not married. Now you can't have that opinion because you're not educated enough. Now you're educated, but you can't have that opinion because it's constantly a thing. First, like, I've been called everything by the decade, and it's crazy. And I was like, this is a unique experience. What black woman is allowed to speak in this world without having some type of a pushback because of her physical or educational background?
Or whatever. The way she's
Period.
dressed.
It everything
times
negates
when you've
everything.
had your leg open and they're like,
she's sitting there with her legs open. I got a mic between my legs, bitch. There was a comment on the So Shameless page about my Brittany Renner comment, and some older guy. He had to be like maybe mid-50s.
The one you told to suck your dick?
No.
Oh.
I let it fly. I let the Frank stand fly. I'm really Brooklyn.
Word?
No.
Oh, she lets the Frank stand fly.
I don't give a fuck because I be wanting to fight, but that's another story. It was this man. He said something when I made the comments about Brittany Renner. He was like, she's just mad because she's too fat to pull one of them. First of all, there's
pull
nothing.
an 18-year-old?
I would never. Like, that's crazy. So I went to his page.
Crazy. Yeah. It's crazy.
When I say that whole family looked like the Michelin tire man.
Why are we doing that?
I'm telling because there was a reason.
Come on.
There's a reason. I got a point that I'm making. Let me make my point.
Oh my God.
And then that's when I realized that everybody's fucking crazy. Your whole family, me.
Kids too? You coming after kids?
That they all adults. They was all adults because my original comment was, did you say the same thing to your daughter?
Right.
But I didn't do that, right?
Ooh.
I didn't do it. I pulled back. And what I'm saying is, I found it. No. I didn't say anything to this person at all. I literally this was one I did not respond to.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is, I feel like black men and black women, we should be closely aligned because we deal with so much shit from society all the time, even within each other. Like, even with somebody old enough to be my father saying some wild shit on the internet.
How? When we're the ones also doing it to each other, especially with black men doing it to other black men.
Because
I got to be scared of this nigga
why?
too. So I'm under attack from on my left from people that look just like me, and then I'm on attack from my right from people that I'm supposed to be my partner. So I'm not, this is not a blame. This is asking how. How do we trust women? Because we should be able to trust women. We should feel safer, but we don't oftentimes. Hey, when I say we, I'm talking about me. And people I know, if it doesn't fucking apply to you, it don't fucking apply.
Listen.
It don't matter if you add that.
Bitch ass nigga.
As soon as y'all clip that and put it up, somebody gonna say something.
Yeah. It's
It
crazy.
don't matter, bro.
The how is...
What's
the
work
internet
that
is
we have
not
to
real.
do? No, but what's the work that we have to do as men and women to start trusting each other and fucking with each other on that level?
The work that we have to do, it goes back to Kizzy's point when we were talking about selection. When we're talking about mates, selection is so important. Stop putting up with shit from people that y'all don't want to put up with that shit from. Like, if your girl is talking down on you or talking down to you every day, why the fuck are you still with her? If your man is talking down to you and he does not pour into you, why are y'all still together? We build these toxic trauma bonds with each other, and then we try to figure out, well, why is nothing
This nigga
working?
getting hard.
Like,
Fuck, yo, switch my seat. Yo, you good? Yo, this nigga was this nigga was biting his lip and shit. Yo, switch my seat. Yo, Kizzle, go ahead, man. Go ahead, man.
Nah, she said something important, bro. She said, if y'all, it's really about discernment, bro. And I think a lot of us don't know how to discern who's right for us and who's wrong for us. And so we end up getting into these relationships with people where we don't feel heard, or we feel like we're being insulted and all these different things, and we just don't know how to let it go, right? And it all goes back to the conversation of forcing things. Like, yo, bro, I have certain friends. So you talked about like not holding male friends accountable. I was like, listen, I'm gonna let him say that, but I definitely hold my male friends accountable. Right?
I love that.
And the reason,
how old are you? Sorry.
25.
Different generation.
Different generation.
And the reason why
different now.
The reason why is because it's like it's certain things that I think about, and I'm like, well, would I want a friend like this around my brother or my sister? like someone that's impressionable and this is their thought process. And if that's the thought process that I have, I'm already thinking about if I would want you around family and all that kind of stuff. Why the fuck am I fucking with you? You get what I'm saying? So for me personally, I hold all my friends accountable. Dimitri could tell you. We have a friend group, and that's the only kind of friends that I have close to me.
Y'all not street niggas though, right? I would assume.
Nah, we not.
So y'all don't really have the threat of war. You don't like if you stop fucking with niggas outside. Most niggas is not I'm gonna say intelligent.
Emotionally intelligent. They're not able to handle that conflict.
The majority of people are outside. Even in the younger generation, they're outside. You can't tell a nigga I don't fuck with you because you don't fuck with your kids because the niggas cut your face.
That's the problem though. We don't need to say it. I don't need to tell you I don't fuck. Nigga, I don't need to be like nigga.
Well,
fuck
you act funny with me and we was cool. Now we ops.
It's not about acting.
We ops. Oh, you acting funny. Now we ops. And I'm just speaking for the younger generation.
You
right?
speaking facts. Yeah.
So there's you can act different, but now I'm like, yo, why you acting like that? Yo,
you gotta learn how to navigate those relationships, right? Because for me personally, it's not like I'm going up to that person. I'm like, yo, fuck you. I don't mess with you, right? And it's not like I'm cutting them off completely at the same time as well. I set a boundary for myself where it's like, we're not going to communicate as much. And I'm just going to die it down just slowly. And after a while, you be like, damn, I don't even see Kizzle no more. And it's not that, oh, yo, he don't fuck with us. He don't come over here no more. It's like, maybe I just be busy. Maybe I have other things going on. So it doesn't always have to be an altercation.
Yeah.
And I think for us as men, we just know how to brute. And we don't know how to finagle, finesse.
Hard. Opposite of soft. Go ahead.
Don't stop trying to make that stick.
Listen, I'm all right. No problem.
You gotta stop.
I'm chilling,
it doesn't stick.
I'm chilling.
Yeah. That nigga be Kizzle, man. Yeah. Hey, I'm shameless, so shameless. With my dogs on the block, it was dangerous. Take your girl out to eat and she's paying. I'm shameless, so shameless. I'ma go hit Tahoe up. Come bring the Tahoe truck, body bags on body bags. Come pick this garbage up. DJ mixing in the booth, he leave him traumatized up. I ain't got no time to waste. Let's get these commas up. I'm sitting in class, I can't even focus. Looking at teach, hoping that she don't notice. Titty sit right, that ass be poking. I'm sitting in the front cause I gotta be the closest. I'm just waiting for the bell, let everybody leave. I passed with an A, but left her with a D. I'm shameless, so shameless.